Next, I want to introduce Jane, who is the CEO and co-founder of Harvest Thermal, which is focused on helping our homes transition away from gas comfortably, safely, affordably, and at scale. And Harvest Thermal systems combine high-performance heat pumps with thermal storage to deliver all your heating and hot water needs while reducing emissions by over 90% compared to gas and cutting bills up to 48%. And Harvest Thermal currently partners with over 25 local contractors to deploy Harvest systems in homes, and they're adding more each month. Jane has had leadership roles at 5 different technology startups, including solar company Soul Focus, energy storage company Enerval, and quantum tech company Quintessence Labs before founding Harvest Thermal. She's a civil engineer by training and has a PhD in fluid mechanics from Cambridge University. And most importantly, she's had a passion for clean energy for as long as she can remember. So Jane will share some advice with us on how to work with contractors to get a heat pump. Thanks.
Thank you, Lisa, and thank you for the introduction. And hello, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be part of this discussion. So Lisa, as you're saying, Harvest Thermal, our mission is to help homes transition to clean, affordable, and comfortable electric heating and hot water, and together help beat climate change. And why we're doing that, I think Rob was saying before, buildings are responsible for over 1/3 of climate emissions. That's as much or even more than transportation. And it's like the neglected child of climate change. It's something we haven't really dealt with until recently. And when we look at our homes, when you look at the energy pie of what we're using in our homes, 2/3 of the energy used in our homes is for heating and hot water. Most of it is from burning gas or fuel oil in our furnaces and boilers and water heaters. It's a huge challenge, but also a fantastic opportunity, because if we can address the heating and hot water needs of our homes, we're able to really slash the emissions very significantly and have a huge difference. So Harvest Thermal, we are a manufacturer of heat pump systems that deliver all the heating and hot water needs, cutting bills, cutting emissions by 90%, which we're really proud of. And we've been doing this, we founded the company in 2019. We're now fully commercial. We've got partnerships in place now with 30+ contractors, and we've got 60 systems either installed or in the process of being installed. And as Rob was saying about Denver, this last winter was really brutal from a California perspective, and all of our homeowners were toasty warm and really comfortable. Just to summarize what we do, we take one high-performance heat pump, combine it with a thermal battery and control system. That means we can run that heat pump in the middle of the day when it's most efficient and when electricity is cleanest, store that energy in the thermal battery, and deliver it whenever you need it. Now, there are lots of different types of heat pump systems out there. We talked about the mini splits and the central systems, but at the end of the day, if you want to get the system installed, it's complex. I've spoken to many homeowners who want to electrify, and it's complicated. Which systems do you use and which contractors do you use, and how do you make sure the job's going to be well done? And it's not always well done. We've selected, as I said, over 30 contractors to deploy our systems in the Bay Area. So for our homeowners, we're taking that headache away from them. But I know not everybody can do that. And what I really recommend to homeowners thinking about this is to look into, first of all, what resources are available locally in your area that can guide you. I'm sitting in California. There's some great resources. There's something called the Bay Ren list, which is all the contractors in the Bay Area, and you can see which of them have already deployed heat pumps and which of them have deployed heat pump water heaters. 3C Ren has a similar list. Efficiency First California has a similar list. And then there are companies such as Greenworks, which I think is more broad, more national in scope, which can also provide information on contractors who can fulfill a certain job and meet your criteria. So that's a really good place to start. Then, of course, it's speak to that contract. If you meet a contractor who says, don't do heat pumps is a bad idea, I suggest you go and find somebody else, right? Because heat pumps work really well in most climates. Slightly different heat pump in different climates, but they work really well. People are using them up in Canada, up in Norway. We can use them across most of the US. And so basic questions: have they already installed heat pumps? Can they give you a reference of another customer? Do they have knowledge about things like energy efficiency and air sealing? Zach was talking before the call about the benefits of energy efficiency and air sealing, and making sure that you're not just heating the neighborhood. Let's limit it to heating your home before you start to work on those heat pump activities, because at the end of the day, it will save you money. And then we always make the effort to check the license. how long have they been in operation, and how long have they had a license? And that's a real important quality check to make sure that the work you're doing is going to be well done. So those are a few of the thoughts that I had, helping homeowners think about how to get a heat pump system installed. Really looking forward to the questions and to hearing what some of the other speakers are going to be sharing with us in the next few minutes.
Thank you so much, Jane.